Okay. Anyway, this is sort of an interesting story that I was told recently. Thought I'd share it with you. Anthony Kiedis, some of you might know from his work for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, walks into this little local bar, sort of a dive, not unlike this place. And he goes up to the bartender and says, "Excuse me, got any heroin?" Yeah. So the bartender says, "No, sorry, this is a bar. All we have is alcohol." So Kiedis leaves, disappointed, heads back to his hotel room, and relaxes. Maybe does a show, I don't know. Anyway, the next day, he walks into this bar, same bar, and goes up to the bartender, same bartender, and sits down at the bar stool, says, by the way, this is a guy that you may know won a Grammy recently. Says to, not the bartender, Anthony Kiedis. I mean, the bartender's not Anthony Kiedis, I don't know his name. Anyway, he says to the bartender, "You got any heroin?" The bartender says, "No, we don't have that here. This is a bar. Set you up with some mighty fine beers." Kiedis wasn't interested, so he leaves the place. A couple days go by. I don't know what happened in the meantime. But Anthony Kiedis again, this is a crazy part of the joke, goes into the same bar, right? And he goes up to this bartender, who by now must be getting awfully tired of this. And, oh wait a minute, what happens here? Okay, so this is the third time in the bar? Yeah. Okay. So he goes to the bartender and says, "Got any heroin?" The bartender says, "No, this is a bar." So it continues like this, right? I'm not going to do the whole thing, but we'll skip ahead a little bit. Several days into this joke, Anthony Kiedis is still in town, still confused, going into this bar, right? Goes up to the bartender, sits down. "Excuse me, you happen to have any heroin?" "Nah, we don't carry that here. This is a bar. All we have is alcohol." Now, if it was me at this point, I would have said, "Oh, well, that's my life." But it wasn't. It was Anthony Kiedis, and so he left. Went back to the hotel room, masturbated. The next day, Anthony Kiedis, lead singer, the legendary Red Hot Chili Peppers, goes into this bar, right? Goes over to this bartender, same guy, says, "Excuse me, got any heroin?" And the bartender says, "No, this is a bar. All we have is alcohol." How much more time do we have? Okay. So, hang on, don't applaud. The joke's not over yet. To make a long story short, he keeps going into the bar, right? Constantly, every day, for years, and always asking for heroin. He's probably getting it somewhere else in the meantime, but he's not getting it at this bar. So it goes on like this. I mean, you guys probably want to hear some music, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But near the end of the joke, Anthony Kiedis, Grammy Award-winning composer and front person, goes up to this bartender, right? And I don't know what city this takes place in, but you have to fill that in. Did we cut part of this? Because I've lost my spot.
Start again.
Oh, boy. You guys want to play? No, they don't want to play. Okay. Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers goes into this bar, right? Goes up to the bartender and says, "You got any heroin?" The bartender says, No. This is a bar. All we have is alcohol." So he leaves, goes down the road to his hotel. The next day, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers goes into this crazy bar and goes up to the bartender and surprises him this time. Actually, he doesn't surprise him. He goes up to him and he just says, "Got any heroin?" And the bartender says, "No, we don't. We have alcohol here, though. I'll set you up with something if you want." But Kiedis declines, as he often does in this situation. And the next day heads back into this bar again, where he is again confronted with this really rude bartender. And he asks him for some heroin. And the bartender again has nothing of the sort. And so Kiedis, at this point, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers goes into this bar, comes up to the bartender and says, "Got any heroin?" And the bartender says, "Look, I'm tired of this. You've been coming in here every day asking me if I've got any heroin. I don't. And if you come in here one more time, I'm going to nail your mouth shut." Yeah. So, Anthony leaves. Next day, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, comes into this bar, comes up to the bartender and says, "Got any nails?" Bartender says, "No, I don't have any nails." So Anthony Kiedis says, "Oh, well, in that case, got any heroin?" Oh, thank you for that one.